for a little bit of a Auchentoshan 12-year-old?
Sure, thank you.
Especially the smell. I mean, I just love
the way it should be, the way it's traditionally
just love
made.
smelling it.
You double distill it,
Beautiful.
be aged a bit longer.
Certainly get the citrus.
You taste it, right?
Hello and welcome to the Scotch Malt Whiskey Extravaganza at the Intercontinental Hotel in San Francisco. Bill and I are here tonight representing the wineandchocolatediet.com. We'll be tasting some fine whiskeys and scotches and telling you what we think about them.
Basically, the biggest difference between Scotch and Irish whiskey is, one, it's made in Ireland, and that's predominantly the biggest difference, in all honesty. Other than that, it's basically obviously the water. The climate has some effect to it, but it isn't what classifies an Irish whiskey as the climate. It's basically, it's made in Ireland. All your cereals, your grains need to be made in or come from Ireland. In our case, our stuff comes from the choice birch barley in Cork, and has to be aged a minimum of 3 years in wood, and also bottled in Ireland. That's pretty much your simple facts. Not too far different. More like Scotch, on the other hand, it can actually be produced in Scotland and basically bladder produced. What I mean by that is put in a big tank, sent over here to the U.S. to New Jersey or something like that, and bottled here in the U.S. That's what a Scotch can do. Irish whiskey can't do that. By law, it needs to be bottled, aged, and distilled and produced in Ireland. So, answer your question?
Honey, spices, all that. Do it again and keep your mouth open.
Okay. Huh.
Huh. Can you put huh into words?
I got more of the alcohol.
With your mouth closed.
No. I got,
It passes through a lot easier with
Yeah.
the mouth open than
Yeah.
before, right?
yeah,
Usually
everything
it's
was stronger.
aerated.
But, yeah.
This works very well with fine wines.
Uh-huh.
And most people, if you keep your mouth open, you get more of the aroma of the liquid.
Okay.
Okay?
Excellent.
So,
Learn something new every
I'd
day.
love to add a little bit of water for you.
Okay.
You ready?
Sure.
A surprisingly little amount.
I got a lot of honey at the end, at the very end.
And that's because you're you. You know, everybody is different. You drink whiskey much?
Not too much, no.
You might try adding a cube
Uh-huh.
to see how that works for you.
Uh-huh.
Different effect as opposed to water.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There are no rules. You know, it's just however you like it.
Uh-huh.
We want you to so enjoy that you'll buy another one.
Which one is this?
That's the 91. What do you think? This is my first Scotch tasting, so I'm still learning.
Very good. You come to the right place. This is a great place to start when you're trying to single malt because it's not heavily smoked and peaty. So you'll get a lot of different flavor profiles from tasting through. This is the house style. So this has a nice balance of the 4 flavor profiles.
So Japanese?
Japanese single malt.
Okay.
Yes. Like to start with the 12-year-old?
Sure.
This is going to be really light in flavor.
So it's all distilled and bottled in Japan then?
Japan, exactly. Right at the distillery.
We have now our new label, L'Chaim. L'Chaim, this is a Macallan 18-year-old bottled under the L'Chaim label. L'Chaim, you know what L'Chaim means?
It's a blend of
I thought it was a Jewish word.
It is. It means to life. It's a toast. So they made it more like, it says lock, lake. L'Chaim means to life, the water of life. This is made of 30 single malts, all from the Highland region. Each one of them was aged for 25 years in an Oloroso sherry cask, and then they were blended together for another 10 years.
Wow. Well, it's very interesting to learn about the many differences of different scotches and Irish whiskey. I'm still not necessarily sold as it being my favorite liquor in the world. It's a little bit strong for me. I could see myself getting really wasted really quickly.
Okay, so we're about halfway through this event so far. Your thoughts?
It's interesting so far. It's a little hard to get used to the harshness of whiskey again after so many years of very rarely drinking it. We've gotten introduced to some wonderful things so far. Probably the highlight was drinking 35-year-old Scotch, which is about twice the age of my previous record. I've gone into about 18 years. That's about it. So, good so far. We're about halfway through, and see what else we have in store.
All right.
It's more floral. You're getting a lot of the smoke there as a texture and spice rather than overall flavour profile. Because this has been aged in sherry oak barrels, the same as what we age from Macallan. It's part of the same company, it's the same sherry oak barrels. Very expensive, made to our own specifications. And it's 100% first fill sherry barrels. We use them twice. So first fill, it's for refill. And that's where you get the texture of smoke and sweet.
Are all of yours bottled overseas?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would probably say nearly everything here is probably bottled in Scotland. So,
The Irish whiskey guy was telling me.
Oh, the Irish whiskey.
He was telling me that the difference that Irish whiskey has to be bottled in Ireland, but that Scotch can be distilled in Scotland and then brought over here and be bottled. So I was just curious about that.
Well, what I would say is you'll find nearly all the whiskies here are very high-end Scotch whiskies. So the kind of Scotch whiskies that are going to be bottled in the US are the kind of Scotch whiskey you'll see in probably a 1.75 litre plastic big bottle. That might be a bottle in the US, but all of these kind of whiskies are going to be bottled in Scotland.
Single malts. In this case, it's a blend of Highland Park and Macallan.
Okay.
There's up to 10 different single malts in it.
Okay.
We have the 12-year. It's a very rounded, balanced malted whiskey.
Smooth. That's a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, we're headed to a table with a lot of really classic good whiskeys here. Lagavulin, Oban, Talisker. Oh boy.
I prefer Lafroy.
So you want to tell us why you prefer Lafroy?
Yes, I like the peaty taste of Lafroy.
Do you?
Yeah, and strangely, I like the 10-year better than I like the 18-year.
Okay.
It's got a lovely peaty touch to it. Very attractive taste.
Okay. And have you tried everything here?
Not everything. There's a lot here.
But so far, the Lafroy is your favorite.
The Lafroy is definitely my favorite.
All right. Thank you for your input.
91 Distiller's Edition of Lagavulin.
Master of whiskey.
How are you?
What makes you a master of whiskey?
I'm the senior master of whiskey for Diageo.
For Diageo?
It's these guys.
Okay.
And there are 15 of us in the world. We are people who have a passion for making whiskey, for selling it, for educating and entertaining people about whiskey.
Excellent. Cool.
We represent the classic malts of Scotland, which are about 12 different single malts. About 30 of them actually sold worldwide, but 12 of them here in the U.S. We also have a dozen or so other different kinds of whiskey that we sell as well.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Master of whiskey, that's a new one on me.
We've now met an official master of whiskey.
One more goal to achieve. Wonderful.
So we were coming back for 21 this year. Now,
21-year-old Bushmills.
Get some of the black bush.
Not yet.
There it is, the chocolate. I'm ready for chocolate.
Perfect. See, there is chocolate. There's chocolate everywhere.
Finally.
It's good for after dinner.
oh yeah, it's very nice.
Kind of lightens up the palate right before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Love makes the world go round. Bollocks. Whiskey makes it go round and twice as fast. Never forget that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ricky.